Let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's 90-day business launch call. I'll tell you what, we have quite a treat for you all today. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. Feel free to let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I want to make sure that we're not having any technical difficulties here. So looks like we're getting a couple people letting me know they can hear me. All right. Let's go ahead and get started, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to today's call. I will be your host. I'm Antonio Raya, North America Sales Manager. Like I said, we've got quite a treat today. But before we jump into the incredible training that this amazing individual is going to deliver, just a couple of topics that I wanted to talk to you about. Don't forget, we have a few more days left in the month, quite a few more days actually. So the starter pack, the $199 starter pack was extended through the month of June. Take advantage of that. What an incredible savings for your brand new business partners, but also for the sponsor of that business partner. When you refer a business partner and they purchase the $199 pack, that is a $25 bonus for you as their sponsor. So take advantage of that. Another great thing too, a lot of people are anxious for this special day. It's the Caring Hands that was postponed for a month. It's actually now July 11th. So mark your calendars for that. Exciting times, and what a special day it is for sure. Another thing we want to jump into is celebrating the teams that are moving their business forward while having fun, enjoying, taking advantage of these next 90 days. So we're going to go ahead and celebrate, recognize a couple of teams. I'm excited about this. I was going through the names here. Love the names. So everyone, join me in congratulating the following teams, the top teams for on this list here. So the first team coming in is Cash Salad. Not sure where the name came from, but I'm loving it. Cash Salad with their team captain, Raisha Canab. Congratulations on being one of the top 3 teams. Congratulations on that. So second team is Fab 5. Love the name. I can see where you were going with that. So Fab 5 being led by Wendy Pacheco. Congratulations, team. And then our third top team here is Inferno 5. Okay, you took it up a notch there. Congratulations, being led by their team captains, Dana and Amelia Harper. So huge congratulations, everyone. As you can see, we're celebrating these teams, the top teams, weekly on these calls. As you can see, things can change. I mean, there's a lot of competition, a lot of people, throwing in 100%. So you can still be one of these top teams. You can still be recognized as one of these top teams. So keep working hard. You all deserve to be recognized. So another thing I wanted to talk about too is our 90-day business launch calls are designed to help, to support, to encourage and inspire you to move forward. Just a quick recap of our previous calls. Our very first call, if I remember correctly, led by our incredible leaders, Kenley and Andres Mendoza, talking about the importance and the power of your why. Remember, why did we get started? Why are we doing this? Let us not forget about that. Let's go ahead and revisit that. So just a quick recap. The first call was a topic of why. It's important to have that. Without that, I mean, it's going to be tough moving past the no's, moving past the cancellations. The second call, another incredible leader, Maria Asensio. I love the topic that she talked about. It's building belief in overcoming objections. I know that a lot of you on this call are either experienced or have experienced, and I promise you will continue to experience those challenges. But the more we overcome these objections, these challenges, these roadblocks, these walls in front of us, the more belief we start to build in ourselves. Okay? It's very important. So these two topics, very important. And now we're going to move in. I don't want to take too much time because I want to give this gentleman plenty of time to share his experience. Now, I do want to highlight something with our next leader. Our next leader, Steve Pineda, Blue Diamond. What's really awesome about this is we have a pioneer joining us on this call, a pioneer from the get-go, from the early days of Kyani, helping develop, mold what Kyani is today. He came in with Angel Avella, and Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're wrapping up 13 years at the end of this year, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Wonderful. So 13 years, pioneer. We definitely appreciate his leadership, his experience. He's going to be sharing a lot of that today, but we also, I want to publicly say how much we value his loyalty. So without further to say, I want to introduce Steve Pineda, Blue Diamond, going to be highlighting the contact list. So Steve, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that introduction. Thank you, Antonio, for that. And you know, for everything that you do on a corporate level to help us have success here. You know, as you mentioned, you know, I'm going now on 13 years at the end of this year of being involved in Kyani. And I want to share, you know, a few items of, you know, just some success items that I've picked up throughout my career in network marketing, and my background. And you know, I was thinking about the topic when I was asked to speak on this, and you know, we are living in an era right now where technology is a premium. There's no doubt about it. But some of the principles in network marketing, no matter how much technology and we get in advance, some things are always really, they're constant, they're basic, simple, and fundamentals. And we're going to really focus on this aspect of business because, you know, without it, it's very difficult to build. And so before I get started, I just want to kind of give you a background on my story, because see, every one of us here, regardless of where you are right now in your business, whether you're brand new, this is your first 90-day call that you're on right now, or you've been part of Kyani for some time now, you know, I can tell you, number one, from experience, this is the best of the best. I've been involved in network marketing since I was 21. I'm 40 now. And I started at the age of 21. I was a broke college student. It's a great story, and I want to share with you guys because you have your story. You have your story that you're going to be able to share with other people, and other people are going to be able to relate to that story. So you just joining and being part, you're already developing your story. And every day that goes on, and every week that goes on, and month and quarter and year, you're adding to that story. And it's the seasons of life can change. And that's what's really exciting about this business. And so, you know, when I got started, 21 years of age, back in 2001, I was, you know, broke college student. I born and raised in Southern California, in Los Angeles, and you know, went to the local university. And you know, it's interesting because this my story, I'm going to relate it to the topic because it all wraps up, right? So, you know, because see, you have to understand. You see, we have when we're developing a list, folks. When we're developing a list, and you're brand new, you're gonna make up in numbers what you lack in skill. Meaning you have something old in your hand, and that is your warm market. So if you're taking notes, realize there's 3 types of lists, right? So the first type of list is going to be your warm market, right? Your warm market, those are your friends, family, people that are closest to you. Those are the easiest to talk to, but oftentimes people say because your peers could be often the most difficult because they're the ones that are going to judge you the most, right? And then you're going to have your lukewarm market, right? You know, these are the kinds of people that you know, they know you, you don't have a major relationship. The trust hasn't really been developed on a major level, but you have facial recognition. You know, you maybe you go to the gym, or when you were going to the gym, right? You know, you see the guy, you say, hey, what's up? Hey, bub, or whatever, you know, you put him down, right? So that's a lukewarm contact, or a friend of a friend. Those are great contacts. Lukewarm contacts are great contacts. And then the contact, the pool of people, the third pool of people that is plentiful out there, and that's your cold market. People you don't know at the moment that you're looking to develop relationships, you know, to add them to your list. So a leader, remember, just write this down. A leader, no matter how long you've been in business, you're brand new day one, you've been involved for years, doesn't matter. A leader always has a list and a working list. If you're a technical person, you're going to have, you know, technologies, you're going to have a calendar, some whatever on your phone. Or if you're old school like myself, I still to this day, I love to get pen and paper and jog my memory and think creatively, right? Critical think, which most of us, a lot of people, you know, we on the line do, but outside maybe we can shed some light on help them think critically on creative ways of developing lists of people. right? You always have a working list. So, my story when I was recruited in this industry of network marketing, broke college student, my friends and I would always go, every Thursday we'd go to the TGF. Fridays, we stressed out with school and such, and we wanted to just, have some fun and hang out. So we go to TGF Fridays. And this particular Thursday, I remember, I'll never forget, this is how I was introduced to this, and it relates to cold market recruiting, right? It relates to cold market recruiting. Okay, so because I was recruited cold market, right, from someone who's had alert living, meaning they were out there looking, and that's what we all should do, because that's the biggest pool of people that we can draw from, right? Cold market, people we don't know yet, right? So I'm in the restroom. I was in the restroom. The guy next to me says, "Hey man, are you open to an opportunity?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And his enthusiasm, his excitement, his bravado, whatever you want to call it, to sort of pique me in terms of network marketing at a restroom while we're using the restroom, I was intrigued. And so he got my phone number. He showed me the next day. Of course, this wasn't Kayani. Kayani wasn't around at the moment. So this was back in 2001. And he shared with me the concept of residual income, the concept of working from home, the concept of doing the work once again paid. All those concepts were just brilliant to me. This is wealth. I was excited. Then I was exposed to personal growth now and development. Man, that was my journey. But the point is I'm trying to make is that I was on someone else's list. Now, you didn't say, well, he wrote down your name. Well, I ended up being on his list. He got my phone number. He put it down on a piece of paper. He called me. And because of that connection that was made years ago, back in 2001, here we are in 2020, he exposed me and taught, and it started my journey in network marketing. And I got involved in 2007 in Kayani with a good friend of mine that personally sponsored me and taught me and continues to teach and develop, Mr. Angel Vera, right? He's friend of mine, one of my best friends in business. And that's what's the greatest part about this, that, you can always, work with people that you like, right? And so, and I guess what? I was on Angel Olvera's list as well. See, it all relates. And see, got involved in network marketing through cold market through someone else's list that didn't know me, that added me on their list. And then on my second tour in network marketing in 2007, when I was exposed to Kayani, the early days of Kayani, I was on Angel Olvera's list. As a matter of fact, interestingly enough, I was probably most likely the #1 person on Mr. Angel Olvera's list, meaning I was the first person he spoke to. And if you guys don't know this story, it's a great story because it all relates as well. I told him no. Now, how many times have you had, Richard, drop a 1 if you ever had someone on your list, you called them and they didn't join right away, right? It took some time. Maybe some of you leaders on the phone, maybe for sapphires, rubies, diamonds, or above, maybe it took you 1 or 2 times to get involved. So timing is all about very important too. So you don't give up on people. So I was on Angel Olvera's warm market list. He made the list. He said, this Steve would be really good. I'm going to call him. What'd I say? I said no. And so he didn't crawl back into his shell, say, oh, maybe this is not for me, or, maybe I shouldn't do this. I got rejected. My first phone call, my first guy I thought I would get, and, he didn't join. What did he do? He had a pathfinder mentality. He said, well, I understand Steve's going to be good, but maybe the time is not right for him. I'm going to go out and show and lead from example that this business works at a time where there wasn't no success story in terms of product, testimonials, or business, but he had that vision, he had the desire, and he went and he pulled and he pushed forward. And so months later, he comes back, he said, look at what we did. This is my body of work within this time frame. What do you think now? I said, wait a second, I understand now. And so a lot of lessons in that story. One, a warm market lead connection, friends. I mean, interesting. I share the story all the time. We were connecting back and forth at the time. Our social media platform was MySpace, right? It was our social. Who remembers MySpace, right? And we're connecting on MySpace. All of a sudden, he decided to go on, and the communication ceased. But he did not give up. So that's another story. So when you make a list of someone, remember this. Take notes. It has more to do with the timing in that person's life than even your ability to explain the business. So timing is very important. So you want to follow up with people. And the greatest way for every one of us to follow up with people is to exemplifying and showing success. You know, we're in the show me business, and you're in a fish. You're like a fish in a fishbowl. Everyone's looking at you. So if you go out there and you say, you make a list of people, now remember, the purpose of making a list is getting people off the list. All right. A lot of times people make this nice, fancy, elaborate list, and they're not calling anybody. More on that a little bit later. Right. And then the follow-up. So these are all key components all riled up that just kind of in my evolution, in my story in network marketing, that you guys can relate to here. See, so you never give up on someone. And when you make that list and you start calling people and they don't get started right away, don't get mad, don't get upset, don't sever relationships. It's not the right time for them right now. You just continue moving forward, work with those people that you've gotten off your list that are exciting, that you know, that you're working with, and then come back for those. See, because somebody says that you know, like, and trust and says no to you right now, what they're really saying is, I'm not really sure if I can do it. I'm not too confident. Don't forget about me. Come back and get me. See, they're not going to say that. See, I didn't say that to Mr. Angel. That was a bold move what he did, right? Getting involved in an unknown, and he did it. And here we are, 13 plus years later, in this wonderful opportunity that we're blessed, that we're in business with the best of the best. You know, the Hansons and the Taylors is why we're around. You know, I'll never forget, you know, late Mr. Kirk Hansen being on a conference call with him and Angel. And you know, I want to share this because it's the fiber of my being, why I'm here. I'm connected, loyal to the bone. And he shared something that his father shared with him. And he says, you know, in this business, you need to be loyal like you would a foxhole buddy. You know, when you're at war and who are you going to war with? Who's next to you? We are all one family here, Kayani, everybody. And I can tell you with everything I can have and muster up in this conversation and look at everybody here in this Zoom, no matter where you are globally, you sign up today, the next day, tomorrow, or you just join, or however long you've been involved, we're one Kayani. We got one message and one voice. And when we make this list, we have got gold in our mouth to be able to talk to people, to expose them to something that's life-changing on many different aspects. Not just the products, not just the opportunity, but the person that you're going to become in the process is endless. And you take that with you everywhere you go. You become a better father, better husband, you know, better business partner. It's endless, folks. And so it's so exciting that when you're making this list, you're not prejudging anybody. You can't prejudge people. That's the biggest pitfall you can make when you're generating a list. Biggest pitfall. You want to not prejudge people. You can't say this person is too successful, not too successful, right? You want to talk to every single person. Look at me, broke college student. I have no background being in this business, but I had a desire. I've always wanted to be somebody, and you too. And you may know somebody in your network of friends that maybe is a college student, or you may know somebody that's a stay-at-home mom or an ICU nurse or a top-level executive. You know, right now we are in a state in our economy where there's a lot of people in disarray right now. And what we do is we provide hope to people through the promise of wellness and opportunity. Hope through the promise of wellness and opportunities. What we bring, we're the difference makers here, folks. Embrace that and speak powerfully when it comes to that, right? Because, you know, going back to my story, when I got started in Kayani, it was the market crash, right? You know, I got started December 17th of 2007, my official start date, right before the holidays, right before people can make excuses, you know, right before Christmas shopping and the New Year, you know, and I understood that what we do in business in fourth quarter, specifically December, you multiply by 4 come first quarter because it's business harvest time because people are open. And on top of that, you had a bad economy at the time, right? So, you know, we have something so special as there's so much uncertainty in the world right now. We can provide guidance and certainty that we can give people a better opportunity, better life right now, right now. So I'll never forget very basic and fundamental. When I got involved, Angel said very easy, Steve, make a list. That's exactly what I did. I made the longest, biggest list. It didn't matter. If you knew me and I knew you, I was going to call you. I didn't prejudge anybody. I didn't say someone's too successful, not too successful. And because of all, and we got to work, working, you know, and we got a lot of rejection. A lot of people said, no, could get me back next year, all this. You know, let me tell you something, folks. Because of all that energy we put in the initial start, and I can tell you that's why we need to launch your business when you get started with that massive, massive list. Because what I said in the beginning is what you lack in skill, you're going to make up in numbers. You may not have all the skill right now, but when you make a big list, right, you're not judging anybody. You're just calling everybody. You're knocking people off the fence, and you're looking for those 3, 4, 5, 6 hungry people that want to run with you right now to create a success story right now. Because of what we did, first quarter of 2008, January, February, March, over 1,000 people that started in the organization. We made some great income because of the energy that we put in launching our initial business. We launched it. We weren't taking no for an answer. It was just an attitude. We had an attitude. You're either part of our organization or not. And that was that attitude. And, you can tone it down. Look, however you are, right? Maybe your personality is a little bit more reserved. Maybe a little bit more introvert. Right? You don't want to get out there. I totally understand, right? So you use your persona, right? If you get excited, you're excitable, and you're already a high person, then turn it up a notch, right? Because excitement is your biggest asset when it comes to generating this list. Start to think about the possibilities. Kenny and Andreas talked about your dream board, your why, right? Your why you got involved in business, right? And go back to that, and that's going to fuel your excitement as you're generating this list, and you're not prejudging people, and you're calling every single person. And let me share this with you. That on your list, when you're generating this list, another thing that can really help you, another item that can really help you in generating this list is the following. Think of geographically, right? You're going to think of people that are local to your area, meaning they're in your area, in your vicinity. Then you start thinking of people that are in a national area within the United States, and then international. So generate that list as well, because you may know someone, watch this, that knows someone that speaks Spanish. Right? You may know someone that knows someone that speaks another language, right? So Korean, it didn't matter, right? And it's because we have an international presence, and with the technologies like Zoom and Pro, we can reach people on a global scale, right? So be very cautious of that, very, very open to generating an international list. You're going to build locally, but you're thinking globally and internationally here, folks, okay? So ways to generate more lists as well, more contacts. I could tell you that, as long as I've been involved in business, people already know what we're up to. 12 years to going on 13, there's no hiding, no denying it. I can tell you that when I first got involved, this is just my experience, okay? Everyone here, you're gonna follow the recommendation of your upline. We're not here to change any system, any way. It's just sharing my story, the things that we did when I first got started, really just keeping things basics and fundamental. But I could tell you, that when I was, generating my list let's go back to cold market. So I don't want to jump onto that right now, because that was your chicken list, right? Here it is. Everybody, one of us has a chicken list, right? Everybody. You drop a number 2 if you think you have a chicken list. Meaning, is there people you too scared to talk to about this business, right? Maybe those reserved people, right? Right? Have you seen the movie Glengarry Glen Ross? Those are your Glengarry Glen Ross leads, right? You don't want to touch those leads right now. You want to practice on everybody else. Let me tell you something right now, folks. You got to call them. Here's the biggest insight I can give you in this. If you don't call that person that's on your list, realize that individual is on someone else's list. What a concept. That person could be on someone else's list. Don't let that, mistake you. It can happen. And you realize that Coyote's not the only network marketing company out there. So maybe another friend that you may have mutual friend is involved in another network marketing company, how they call them. And so your friend that's Johnny, knows everybody, entrepreneur and very successful, right, could have been in your organization, but because you didn't you didn't make the list, you didn't call, you didn't follow up, you didn't become that successful, story that they needed to attach to. All those things relate to that generating that list. They went in someone else's organization. So don't let that happen. The people that we found that are the most successful in this business, they have past success. Past success is a good indication of future success. So don't prejudge those people that you feel are better or higher than you or have a better network, whatever, more money. Call them. The least you can do is they know what you're up to, right? They know what you're up to. And maybe the timing's not right now, but at least you've gotten them off the list. I'll never forget how powerful that is. And we've got many testimonials of people that have attacked their chicken list and have gotten wonderful results. Why? Because we've got the best. We've got the best product, the best company, the best founders. the best organization, the best tools, and best corporate staff here, folks. And so, I can tell you right now, today, moving forward, no matter where you are in business, doesn't matter. You can restart, you can reinvent, and you can start today as day one and go out there and make the biggest list you possibly can and have this mindset. I want you to imagine right now that I was going to give you $1,000 for every name that you put on a list. $1,000 for every name that you put on the list. How many people, brand new people that you haven't talked to yet, could you put on the list? Think about it like that. And that is because most people have what's called instant gratification. You do something, you want it now. You need to understand delayed gratification, that as you're building that list, you are constructing your future empire. You're constructing your future global distribution channel by virtue of you making that list, getting people off the list, and identifying who those players are going to be that are going to run with you. And folks, I can tell you that, as I mentioned, you can reinvent, you can restart today. We can all do it. We're in the same boat. We want to make it happen, and we want to grow together. And I can tell you, you can decide and choose to do it right now. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, life is a series of choices and decisions. And, we are where we are right now based on choices we made 5 years ago. And so the choices we make today will dramatically influence the next 5 years of our lives. So therefore, let's choose wisely. Let's get excited. Let's get fired up. Restart, make that list, and let's go hit the marketplace with 8 vengeance, folks. So thank you so much, everyone. Antonio, I'll turn the call back to you. Thank you, everybody. God bless, and we'll see you soon. We love you all.
My goodness. I mean, this right here is what makes him great, is starting from his story. 20 years of experience. And for someone of his caliber, for someone of Steve Pineda's caliber to say, this is the best out there. He has experience, other network marketings, and for him to say this is the best out there, I hope we take that and we value that and we hold on to that. Steve, thank you so very much. Just a quick things I want to recap. So he shared warm market, lukewarm market, cold contact list, and how to build on top of that. And I love the little nugget that he shared on how to build locally, nationally, internationally. There you go. There is the secret to building an international empire. Start with what we have right now and network. Build that circle of influence. Powerful advice. I love the powerful story. I love the do not prejudge. We can't make a preconceived notion of this person's not going to be interested, or this person can't afford this. We can't do that. So I love and value that advice. Don't prejudge. The difference maker. I love that statement. We are difference makers. We truly are. Do you believe that? That's the question. Attitude. We talked about local, national, international. Chicken list, right? Can't afford a chicken list. So, so much advice that was given. I hope that you all have taken a lot of notes. I know that I have, but here's the important piece. Let's go ahead and take what we have learned today and let's start applying it, like he said, today. Build that contact list today. $1,000 per name, I'm sure that would influence and inspire us to get out there and do it. So, Steve, thank you so very much. Again, everyone, thanks for joining us on this call. Stay tuned for next week's call. We're going to have some more incredible, amazing individuals and trainings coming up. So everyone, thanks for your time and have a wonderful day.